Welcome to What Lights Up Your Soul. We talk about real life stories, practical tools, and honest conversations about what it takes to get out of your own way, take bold action, and build a life you truly love.
Hello, everyone. This is Sharon Vidano. It is literally 3:30 in the morning, but I was following my nudge to go ahead and record this video. So just before whenever I go to sleep, I do this meditation, and I'll do that in another episode, in another video to explain some of my meditations and techniques to really, really connect to your subconscious and spirit just before you go to bed and when you're waking up in the morning. But just so that you know, I did that last night before I was going to bed. And I'm not going to lie, yes, I'm a coach, and yes, I have clients, and they have had incredible results. I am a spiritual being having a human experience. And I have been in my human experience this past couple weeks. And I'm not gonna lie, it's feeling hard and it's feeling real. And this had to do with just stuff in regards to stuff with my husband and his job, and I'm doing well as a coach, but there are times where it feels tight sometimes. Sometimes it just feels that there is just not enough. And as I'm saying that out loud, that is so in condition. That is so looking at condition and your situation, saying, this is all I can do. And yes, I've heard this my whole life, that, being connected to spirit is, you're a child of God, and you are completely abundant, and there is nothing wrong. And most of the time, 90% of the time, I feel that in my bones. But when you're in the middle of a circumstance, oh my goodness, gosh, I don't even know what to say. You can't feel it. You're not there. You're really back into looking at what's in front of you, what's in the physical reality in front of you. And so I went to sleep last night, and I basically said to spirit, what is my next step? Tell me what my next step is. Because it has been brutal these last few weeks, and lots of tears, applying the tools. It feels hard, it feels real. And I went to sleep, and I had a dream. So now remember, whenever you are tapping into your connection with spirit, with creator, with infinite, you listen 360. Listening 360 means spirit will speak to you in a dream or in a thought or in a nudge. You can hear like a very definite thought for something, or you can hear a conversation in a grocery store, and all of a sudden that's the answer to what you were looking for. Or there's a billboard that you passed 100 times, and that was something that all of a sudden it has a I'm sorry, I got distracted. I just realized I don't have my wedding rings on. It's because we were painting yesterday. But you pass a billboard, and all of a sudden you realize that it means something different to you. So in my dream, there was, and of course dreams are kind of funky. You never remember and they don't make sense. But what I do remember is I was speaking to someone, and there's a billboard or like a bulletin board or a cork board or something like that. And there was a piece of paper on there, and it had two names of my friends. The top name was scratched out, and then there was a bottom name. I still haven't figured out what that meant. But the next thought was all of a sudden the words popped up, and I realize now what those were. And what popped up was these words. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, thy comfort me. And the image of the shepherd and the staff and Jesus. And of course, this is Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. And I realize the answer. I asked, what's next? What's next? What do I, listen to that question, listen to that. What do I do next? And my next step, what I heard in that dream was the Lord, Spirit, Creator, He's got me. And my next step at this point, my only job at this point, is just to know that Spirit has got me. And that my job now is to release and expect. Of course, I'm still in action. I'm listening to all the nudges to do my next steps, but it is to release and expect. And when I woke up and I saw this and I said, oh, what is that? I just wanted the full verse, so I pulled it up. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. I shall not want. That's not my job. My job is not to want for anything, because by universal law, by law itself, by the law of Creator, by the law of infinite Spirit, Jesus, God, universe, I am abundant. I forget that because society, human, the world, media, everybody tells us that we don't have enough. You should want more. You should buy this, buy that. You need this. We don't need anything. We have everything that we need. And I forgot that, and we forget that on an everyday basis. The Lord is my shepherd. Shepherd. The Lord is my shepherd. What does that mean? My image of almost like the shepherd, the images of Jesus, the shepherd, where he's tending the flock, where he's protecting the flock. Spirit is here to protect us and take care of us. We are connected to Spirit. And he maketh me to lie down in green pastures, and he leadeth me beside the still waters. When we listen to our next nudge, Spirit is leading us every step of the way to the life that we love, because that desire for the life that we love is a divine desire put in our heart, because our spirit wants to live a larger, fuller life. So Spirit will give us the next step. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Stay connected to Spirit. Stay connected to God. When you're connected, you don't dip into circumstance. I don't look to circumstance for permission.
Let's pause right here. If any of this resonates with you, or you see yourself in any of these stories, go to my website at lifecoachsharon.com and schedule a breakthrough session with me. In that breakthrough session, we will dive deep into what's bubbling up inside of you, gain clarity and a vision of a life that you would love, and discover a path on how to get there. Don't wait, and I'll see you soon.
You don't dip into circumstance. I don't look to circumstance for permission. And I did that. And I'm human, and it's okay. It's okay. I still have coaches. We're going to have coaches, because we're all these spiritual beings having a human experience. And that's how we learn. That's how we learn and grow. And then we get to that verse that came to me in my dream. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. So when you are walking through the shit, I will fear no evil. Stand in the knowing that you are connected to Spirit, and that circumstance has no power over you. I forgot that for a minute. For thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Spirit is with me all the time, protecting me, guiding me. Infinite is always speaking to you, but I don't listen sometimes, or much of the time. And next verse. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. You are in the middle of the shit. Everything around you is going to crap, going to hell. But your gifts, your abundance is still there. Just stand in the knowing that it's still there. And I love this part. Thou anoints my head with oil, and my cup runneth over. We are connected to spirit. We are by divine right abundant. I forgot that for a minute. I looked to my circumstances for a minute and it felt so real. And when I go back to knowing now that spirit is always pouring into me and you, that the reality is it's overflowing and I just can't see it. Go back to the knowing that spirit is, you are connected. All your abundance isn't around you, near you. You just have to see it. And then last verse, surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. When you walk, when you follow, and stand in the knowing that spirit is abundant and protecting you and guiding you, you will live that life that you love. So my message that I received was, no, reminder, you are not doing anything. You keep listening, doing your next step. And now your next step is to release, let go, surrender, and then expect your abundance to come. So when we're talking about money, whatever that is, when it feels tight, I listened to this other video the other day. It was a Joe Dispenza video, and the visual was that we are imagining a river of abundance, a river of money flowing in and then flowing out as we take care of what we need to do. But there is an ever abundance. This river does not run dry, and there's a flowing in of money and a flowing out as we continue to take care of our things. So folks, it is 3:30 in the morning. I was moved to make this video, moved to make this episode, because this is what I heard in the middle of the night in my dreams. And it's so needed because it felt gnarly these last few weeks. And I am reminded, I was just schooled by the infinite. I am reminded, that's not your job. Your job is to stand by spirit, know you're connected to spirit, co-create your life with spirit. Don't worry, let go, release. Just like when a woman is pregnant, she's pregnant, she knows the baby's coming. She doesn't have to see the baby. She knows the baby's coming and she's expecting the baby. That's how your abundance is. Know it, expect it, and then release. So I hope this served you. Have an amazing day. Listen to what lights you up. And know, really stand in the knowing all those circumstances around you doesn't have power over you. Listen for your next action step that gets you to your next step, and the next step that takes you towards your vision and your goals. Have an amazing day. So if this is your story and you're feeling the same exact way, I will walk this path with you. Reach out to me. Let's chat. I know these tools work. That's why I am using them. I am living this in real time, and you can see it and you'll see the results. I'm seeing the results already. Sometimes it doesn't feel like it's coming fast enough, but it is. And I know it is. And I focus on gratitude, and I know that I am abundant because I am connected to spirit. So reach out. I'll walk this path with you. We'll lock arms, and I know you can live the life that you love. I've used these tools in other aspects of my life. It works. So I'll see you soon. Thank you for coming to What Lights Up Your Soul. I hope you had an amazing time, and I hope this episode served you. My intention is to help you live a life you love. If you love this show, please like, subscribe, and tell your friends, or go to my site at lifecoachsharon.com for more information, and I'll see you in the next episode.